This video is going to discuss how to install Koha integrated library system on a Windows, Mac, or Linux system, and we're going to be doing this using the virtualization software Virtualbox. If you would like, I'm looking at my install guide here. You can go to joshhertel.com, joshhertel.com, and you can find my install guide. Basically, I'm just going to look at the first way of installing this, which is using the pre-made image that I've created. I've also got instructions here for installing from scratch, and there's also frequently asked questions. You can also send me a tweet if you have a question, or send me an email, and I'll try to respond. So the basic idea of running Koha on one of these other systems is that first we're going to Virtualbox, which will allow us to then create a different server on our own machine. For this stuff, I'm using a Debian server, and then once I have the Debian server up and running, then I install Koha on it. If you're just following using the pre-made image, which is a good way to try it out, if you're just wondering what will it look like, how will it work, you can just follow these instructions here. So the first thing you need to do is install VirtualBox on your machine. So just visit virtualbox.org, and then download the right package for whatever kind of system you're running. So I'm currently making this on a Mac, so I'm using the Mac version. After you have that installed, then you need to download the library server image that I've created. So this is, as of this video, the most current image I have is 3.14, Koha 3.14. You can download that by clicking on this link. It's about 800 megabytes. It's not an incredibly fast download, but you should be able to get it within an hour. After that's done, you need to open up the VirtualBox. So here's the VirtualBox running, and then you need to go up to File, and you need to import an appliance. And so you will then select the image that you've downloaded. So you can see on mine, I've actually got 3 different images up and running. So these are all 3 images. All of these have been imported. So what's going to happen is if I want to run this 3.14, this image here, I select it, and then I just click Start. So what this is doing now is this is starting up this machine. So it's going through selecting Debian, and if you're running this software, you don't have to worry about interfacing at all here in Terminal. So if you want to make changes to the underlying server, to the Debian server, you're going to have to go in here and mess around with Terminal. So you'll have to go into the Math Library login, and you'll have to log in here and put the password in. Again, you can check the frequently asked questions for the passwords and stuff to log in here. But if you're not doing that, if all you're going to do is just try the server out or run it for a bit, you can just minimize this window. So let me minimize that. So the server is running. The Koha server is running. As soon as the Debian server is up, the Koha server is running. So what I want to do is just visit this address in a web browser. So 127.0.0.1, and then a colon 8081 is going to be the staff login. So I'm creating a new tab here. I'll put that address in here, hit Enter, and you can see this is the staff login to our Koha server. If I wanted, let me close this out, if I had wanted the patron login, I would go to 127.0.0.1 colon 8080. So 8080 is the patron login. And now this is the base image that I've created, so there's nothing in this. There shouldn't be any books or anything. So if you searched in the catalog, it won't show you anything. So default login and password here. You can again see on the guide the default settings here. We have 2 user accounts. There's one called admin, there's one called staff. And these are again just to help you play around with it. I recommend that you change the password on these accounts once you begin to use the system, and I've got some instructions on how to do that. But let's just log in as an admin. So admin, and you can see there's just a main library or my library. It doesn't matter right now. There's nothing in there. So here is the main interface. So you can, and through this is where you can go in and start going about cataloging things, looking at patrons, adding patrons. So the point of what I've done here is to get you up and running an instance of Koha pretty quickly. So as long as you can download these files and you have permission to install VirtualBox and then import this appliance, you should be able to get a working version of Koha running up pretty quickly on your machine. That's all that I have for this pre-made image. There are more detailed instructions about how to install it from scratch, and you can go through configuring Koha. One downside, of course, of the pre-made image is that the password and stuff are just on this doc, so anybody could go onto this document and grab the password and thereby log into the server. So log in here into this server and mess around with stuff if they had a connection to your machine. So be mindful of how you're using this and where you're using it. If you're planning on making your own instance, I would recommend playing around first with the pre-made image to see if you like it, and then going in and going through the more detailed instructions to create your own image from scratch so that you can set those passwords and everything. One other thing, I mean, if you're using this for more of a home use, I don't think it's really going to matter with changing that stuff. So I hope this is helpful. If it is, or if you've got questions, please send me an email, herteljt@gmail.com, or send me a tweet. It's herteljt. That's my Twitter handle. All right, let me know how it goes.